Okay, so dear students, since the class is continued, I will not go for the recap. Okay, so I'll just continue from where I was discussing. So what exactly we are learning? Just one, okay, slide. I'll go back. Comparing costs. Okay, comparing costs. Okay, so in this context, we are learning about the strategic similarities and differences between three countries. Okay, about the building blocks of a pay model. So the one of the building blocks of the pay model are the objectives. I hope you can recall. Okay, so we in the previous class we just discussed about how the compensation objectives differ or are similar in Japan, US, and Germany. So there is a clear distinction between the compensation objectives adopted by employers in Japan and US. Okay, then coming to the among the four policy choices, the first policy choice is internal alignment. Okay, so in Japan, generally internal alignment is person based. Okay, it is based on age, ability, performance. Okay, and determines base pay. Okay, at many levels. So there will be different hierarchies, and the base pay is determined at each level of the hierarchy, and small pay differences will be found generally. Okay, so because we can see here in the compensation objectives, they adopt a egalitarian approach. Everybody is equal kind of a philosophy. That's why there are small pay differences in the internal alignment in Japan. So when you compare the internal alignment of Japan with that of United States of America, we are talking about employers. Huh? We are talking about employers. So the internal alignment is work based on jobs, skills, or responsibilities or accountabilities. Okay. So whereas in Japan, the internal alignment or the internal structure is based on age, ability, performance. Okay. And there are fewer levels. Okay, in internal structure of employers of US, whereas in Japan, okay, in the internal structure there are many levels. Okay, whereas there are small pay differences in Japan among the different levels, there are larger pay differences. Okay, among the different levels of internal structure in US. Okay, comparatively, Germany, if we consider, okay, the internal alignment is work based. Okay, so depending on jobs and experience, and yes, okay, like in US, sorry, in Japan, there are many levels in internal structure, and there are fewer levels in US. Germany also, like Japan, there are many levels in internal structure and small pay differences. Okay, so at this point in time, just me let make you understand why such a comparison is made. Why the employer needs to know about this. See, we in the first slide itself we learned that international pay system begins with international understanding. The international pay system begins with understanding the similarities and differences between the various factors of the two countries. So that is what is being done here. So an employer, let's say a Japanese employer who is sending his employees to US on work, need to know about such a information. Okay, what kind of objectives, the compensation objectives are adopted in general by US employers. Okay, how is the internal alignment in US? Okay, for that matter. So similarly now, based on this, the employer determines an international pay system or compensation for the employees who are going abroad to a particular country. Then external competitiveness. Okay, the second policy choice among the four policy choices. In Japan, monitor age pay charts. Okay, consistent with competitors. So generally, employers in Japan pay okay more or less equal to the competitor. So maintain that equality, and they monitor age pay charts. Okay, so at what age okay the employee should be in what level and how much should be their compensation. So there is, it looks like there is a standard chart, a sort of standard chart. Okay, so whereas in Japan, Okay, it is inconsistent with competitors, the external competitiveness of the compensation. In US, it is market determined. Okay, so compete on variable and performance based pay. Okay, whereas in Germany, okay, tariff based. So it is based on tariff. Okay, so what kind of a compensation attracts what kind of a tariff or taxes? Okay, so the external competitiveness is based on that. Okay, it is same as that of competitors in Germany. Okay, the competing firms pay more or less similar salaries in Germany. Now, employee contributions, how they are measured and paid. Okay, in Japan, bonuses vary with performance only at higher levels in organization. Okay, and the performance appraisal influences promotions and a small portion of pay increases. Whereas in US, bonuses an increasing percentage of total pay. Okay. So in Japan, bonuses vary with performance only at higher levels, not in the lower level of the organization structure. Okay. So whereas in US, bonuses, okay, an increasing percentage of a total pay. So in US, what is happening? We have learned throughout the other chapters also that the bonuses and other variables are increasing, okay, as a proportion of the total compensation. Okay, and increases means increment in salary. Increases in salary or compensation based on individual, unit, and corporate performance. Okay, so all three need to perform: individual, unit, maybe a strategic business unit, and overall corporate conglomerate. Then when it comes to Germany, the employee contributions, how they are measured and how they are paid depends on tariff negotiated bonuses, and smaller performance bonuses for managers are given. Okay, so this way, and there are certain advantages in Japan like supports commitment and security, greater predictability for companies and employees, flexibility, okay, for employees. Okay, whereas in US supports performance, competitor focus, costs vary with performance, and focus on short-term payoffs. Okay, speed to market. What, okay, in what speed you can bring the product from R&D to the market. Then in Germany supports commitment and security, greater predictability for companies and employees. Companies do not compete with pay in Germany. Yeah, that is what is made here. See, external competitiveness, more or less same as competitors. In an industry, all the companies pay more or less same salary. Okay. So this is the information what an employer is required to know about a country in which he or she is sending its employees to work. Okay. Okay, then, so being evaluated these factors, okay, being explored the knowledge, okay, about the international pay systems in different countries, be it culture, be it the social contract, be it the costs, okay. So after a comparison, then generally an employer will have three strategic options to decide on the compensation of its employees which are being sent abroad to another country. So these are referred as general compensation strategies. Okay, so in the textbook it is referred to as a strategic market mindset. So in the examination, please know. So if you are asked to explain the strategic market mindset, it is nothing but general compensation strategies. Or if it is asked, explain or examine the general compensation strategies in the international pay system, yeah, it means these are the strategic market mindset. So the first, I will refer the word, I prefer the word general compensation strategy. Okay. So the first general compensation strategy in international pay system is localizer. Think global, act local is the statement. So according to which the employer designs pay systems to be consistent with local conditions. Okay. So if TCS is sending its employees or IT employees to US in California, So TCS may design, I'm giving just an example, okay, we are not aware whether TCS follows, okay, this general compensation strategy called as think global act local. Okay, they don't reveal this information unless and otherwise it is given in the textbook. Okay, so just for example, I'm considering if TCS is sending its IT employee to US, okay, in California, okay, then it may design the pay system to be consistent with the local conditions in US and California. Business strategy is to seek competitive advantage by providing products and services tailored to local customers. Okay, so also, okay, say for example, if Walmart is entering into India, they have entered with a wholesale format, pure wholesale format of retail. Okay, so when they enter into a country like India, their business strategy is to seek competitive advantage by providing products and services tailored to local customers. So at present, the customers of Walmart's best price wholesale retail here, Kirana stores, okay, then restaurants, military canteens, and so on. Okay, so operate independently of corporate headquarters. See, since what it says, think global, act local. So since the pay systems are designed to be consistent with local conditions, they operate independently out of the corporate headquarters. Okay, so it's more like customized. So this is the first general compensation strategy in determining international pay system. Okay, then second general compensation strategy. Okay, the second general compensation strategy in international pay system is exporter. Headquarters knows the best. Okay, why it is called exporter? Manufacture in headquarters, okay, export it to other countries. Okay, here you ignore the needs, tastes, and preferences of the customers in another country because the head office thinks that headquarters knows best. So they design a compensation system in headquarters, and the same compensation system is implemented across different countries where its employees are working. So this is second option. Okay, whether right or wrong, but okay, it depends on the company philosophy. Basic total pay. So in this second general compensation strategy in international pay system, okay, exporter, basic total pay system designed at headquarters. So like TCS headquarters is in India, for example, or IBM's headquarters is in US. So they decide their compensation system in their headquarters. I'm saying just an example, okay. Basic total pay system designed at headquarters and is exported or implemented worldwide for implementation at all locations. It may ignore the requirements of the employees in the different countries, conditions prevailing in the different countries. That is a disadvantage. Exporting a basic system makes it easier. So what is the advantage? Why do some companies adopt to this? Exporting a basic compensation system makes it easier to move managers and professionals among different countries more easily. Okay, so anywhere they go, they have to follow the compensation system which is designed and implemented by the head office. It will be same. So one plan from headquarters gives all managers around the world a common vocabulary and a clear message what the leadership values are and what is the compensation system. Okay, so implementation becomes easy, and for a multinational company it becomes easier for them to move the managers and professionals among different countries. There won't be additional difficulties in managing the compensation systems of these managers who move throughout different countries. But the disadvantage also I mentioned. Okay, then the third general compensation strategy in the international pay system is globalizer. So it says think and act globally as well as locally. Now let us see, okay, how this works. Seek a common system to be used as a part of the glue to support consistency across all global locations. Okay, say for example a skeleton. Okay, main basic principles or philosophies adopted from the headquarters. Okay, and depending on the different countries in which this company is operating and looking at the economic conditions, culture, and costs prevailing in that country, okay, they go on adding okay, the different building blocks of the pay model, so that the main theme or main philosophy or main objectives are from headquarters, but other building blocks are suitable to the different countries in which it is operating. So seek a common system to be used as a part of glue to support consistency across all global locations. Headquarters and operating units are heavily networked to shared ideas and knowledge. Performance is measured where it makes sense for the business. Pay structures are designed to support business. Okay. So certain standard will be established in the headquarters, but other components are building blocks of the pay model. Okay, like for example, internal structure, external competitiveness. These are adopted based on the conditions prevailing in different countries. So that's why it is called think and act globally and locally. So he's a true globalizer. A company which adopts such a general compensation strategy in the international pay system is referred to as a globalizer. Okay, so in this way, okay, if you are asked to examine or analyze the general compensation strategies in the international context, you need to analyze. It is not just about explaining the bullet points. You need to discuss and analyze. Okay. Yeah. So any questions so far? Yes, students. Any questions so far?
Sir,
Yes.
by adopting which method, the employer will be in the profit in the pay system, sir?
No, see, it depends on the business of the organization, nature of business. There are certain conditions based on which the employer chooses any among these three compensation strategies. So first among them is the
Okay, sir.
nature of business. Okay. Say for if you consider Walmart, for example, is a brick and mortar retailer. Amazon is online retailer. And the supply chain and the costs of both the companies will not be same. Second, so it's
Yes.
a business model you can consider. Okay, nature of business, business model, and the financial condition of the firm. Okay, so if the company's financially condition is very weak, then it will be very difficult for them to adopt, okay, such
Okay,
a
sir.
strategy called as a globalizer. Okay, or even for that matter, okay, this one localizer. Okay, say if an Indian employer is sending employees to America, and if the Indian company is financially constrained, okay, so can they afford to adopt this strategy? Act local
Okay,
means
sir.
pay according to the local systems in US. It won't be able to afford. So in fact, what it may afford, exporter policy. See what we pay in India, same amount we will pay. Maybe certain extra costs can be borne by the employer. That's it. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
it is not there is a
Okay, sir.
there
Thank
is
you.
no standard chart that which strategy is best. Okay, it all depends on the factors which I mentioned. Okay,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
any other questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, then I'll just go move to the last part of the topic. Okay, last part of the chapter, expatriate pay. Okay, let us first understand who are expatriates. Okay, so this we can understand by way of examining the types of expatriates. Okay, so expatriates are the individual employees whose citizenship is that of employer's base country. Say, for example, my brother-in-law is a TCS employee and he is now working in Finland. So he's an expatriate. So he is that individual employee is an Indian citizen, and the employer is TCS, and the base country of this employer is India. So my brother-in-law now is an expatriate. I hope you understand who is an expatriate.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Any
sir.
doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So let's examine the types of expatriates. The one is third country nationals, TCNs. Third country nationals are individuals whose citizenship is neither employer's base country nor location of subsidiary. Okay. Say for example, my brother was in Abu Dhabi. Okay, couple of months ago. Okay, now he works for IBM. So IBM's okay base country is United States of America. My brother is an Indian national, but he was working in a third country, Abu Dhabi. I hope you understand third country nationals. Any doubts?
Sir,
No,
can you
sir.
explain once again?
Third country national, individuals whose citizenship is neither employer's base country nor location of subsidiary. Okay, say there is a company, its origin of country is America. Okay, and they have their subsidiaries. Okay, or strategic business subsidiaries, their Indian companies, Indian wing of Indian wings, and where Indians work. Okay, so IBM, if I consider, okay, its a base country is America, and in Indian subsidiary, its employees are Indians. So these Indian employees are sent to other countries like Thailand, Scotland, okay, etc. So when these Indian employees of IBM go to Thailand or Scotland, okay, so they become third country nationals because this my brother, he is neither an American nor a citizen of Scotland. On just work, he has gone to Scotland, so he becomes third country national. This time, is
Yes,
it
sir.
clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So then local country nationals, individuals who are citizens of the country in which subsidiary is located. Okay. Say again, same example I'll get. IBM, okay, has come to India and started their own software development centers. Okay. And many Indians are working in IBM software development centers in India. So these employees are referred to as local country nationals. Individuals who are citizens of the country, India, in which IBM subsidiary is located, India it is. So local country nationals. But head office of this company is in America. So I hope these types are clear.
Yes, sir.
Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So then the last part. Okay. So this exhibit reveals some of the common allowances in expatriate pay packages. Okay, so common allowances in expatriate pay packages. So see, when my brother is working in India, okay, the cost of living here is different. When he goes to Abu Dhabi or Scotland, okay, the cost of living over there is different, right? So you cannot pay the same, okay, same amount in those countries. So there are some common allowances and benefits are provided to such expatriate employees, which is included in their pay packages. So financial allowances, they include reimbursement of tax return preparation, tax equalization, housing differential. Differential means, say, how much house rent allowance is given to him in India. When he goes and works in Scotland, definitely the house rent will be expensive there. Okay, so whatever the difference amount, that will be borne by the company. So it is called as housing differential. Children education allowance. Okay, yes, okay, my brother-in-law, he has admitted his son, okay, who is 5 years old, into one of the schools, what do you call it, nursery in Finland. Okay, and a certain percentage of it, though he mentioned it, but I do not remember exactly, is borne by the employer. His employer is TCS. Okay, children education allowance, temporary living allowance, goods and services differentials. Okay, so let's say, for example, what amount of goods and services you buy here, how much amount is required to buy the same goods and services in those countries. Whatever is the difference in amount, that is borne by the company. So that financial allowance are referred to as goods and services differential. Same way, transportation differential and so on. And family support. Okay, so these are quite unique, like language training. Okay, so if the employees have to stay over there for a longer period of time, okay, or till retirement, and definitely language becomes a problem for the family member. So language training is arranged for the family members. Assistance locating schools for children, training for local culture and customs. See, for especially for countries like in okay, Japan. Okay, so it culturally in many countries are very sensitive. Okay, so when foreign nationals come to work in different country, so definitely they should be aware about the local customs and cultural norms. okay, so that they understand, okay, and live accordingly. Then child care provides assistance locating spousal employment, okay, and so many family support activities are provided. Other than that, social adjustment assistance like emergency leave, home leave, company car or driver, and so on. Okay, so this list is the exhaustive list of common allowances paid to expatriates as part of the compensation package or pay package. Okay. So that's why I asked if any of your brothers and sisters are working abroad, okay, from through an Indian company, okay, you would have shared your experiences to the whole class. Anyway, same elements of expatriate compensation. So this allowances and premiums we just browsed in the previous slide. Other than that, salary, the main compensation, taxes, okay, and housing allowance. These all are borne by the company. Okay, so hence they form elements of expatriate compensation. Okay, and finally, so employees on overseas assignments should have same spending power as they would in their home country. Okay, so this approach is called as balance sheet approach. Okay, so this approach. So what is the assumption? Employees on overseas assignments should have same spending power as they would in their home country is referred to as balance sheet approach. So this balance sheet approach is adopted or used in determining the expatriate pay. How we shall see. Okay, when we come to balance sheet, okay, so what is the basic logic we have? There are two sides of the balance sheet, right? Commerce students will know that. Yeah, even others will also know that. You have learned accountancy in semester 1. Liabilities and asset side. So at the end, what you do in a numerical problem? Yes, when you prepare a balance sheet, what is the rule? The total of the liabilities and assets should be
Equal, sir.
equal. It should tally. Okay, that's why it is named after the balance sheet. So it is called a balance sheet approach. It is one of the approaches adopted to determine the pay of expatriates. Say an Indian software company sending its Indian employee to work in America. Okay, so on what basis they determine his compensation? Employees on overseas assignment should have same spending power as they would in their home country. Say for example, okay, so some travel allowances give some travel allowances given to employees in India to reach from home to workplace. Okay, let us say this software engineer uses cab, Ola or Uber. Approximately, depending on the distance, say 20 kilometers, he may end up paying some 300 rupees or 400 rupees. Imagine when he goes to work in US, let us say he takes a home with the same 20-kilometer distance from home to work in America. Okay, if he hires Uber there, will he end up paying same amount, 400 or 500 rupees, or it will be more there? Hello, it is common sense. Students, for the same distance traveled in a cab in US and India, where you end up paying more in Indian currency, in India or in America?
Sir, in Indian currency.
Where you end up paying more? Can you pay 400 rupees in America? Equivalent for, okay, say about $4 to $5. Let us say $5, 75 rupees approximately. So 150 and $4, another $5. So 450 rupees you have paid for Uber in India, Bombay, let us say. For same distance, will you pay $5 in America?
No,
It will be
sir.
same or more? You don't know. Okay, let me tell you, the cost of living there is more. You end up paying more than $5 for the same distance traveled for a Uber cab. Okay, I don't know exactly, but maybe $8, $9, $10. So if his salary remains same, when he goes over there, his travel allowances remain 450 rupees, for example. Can he hire a cab over there? So when he converts 450 rupees into dollars, it will become only $5. But whereas the cab charges will be $10. Okay, so it should balance, right? So where the software engineer is able to hire a taxi in India, He should also be able to hire a taxi in US when the company sends him to work. That is what it is said. Employees on overseas assignment should have the same spending power as they would in their home country. I hope you understood this concept.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so home country is a standard for all payments. The objectives of this approach includes ensure cost-effective mobility of people to global assignments and ensure expatriates neither gain nor lose financially. Say imagine if this software engineer travels by cab in Bombay, India every day for 50 rupees per day. We'll consider only one day, 450 rupees. Okay, converted roughly into $5 in US. So when he is sent to America as an expatriate, so TCS will pay him $10 for cab, correct? So though it looks like in Indian currency it is more, okay, because 450 plus 450, 900 rupees. $10 in Indian currency, approximately it will be 900 rupees. You may say in India he was getting only 450. In America he is getting 900 rupees. No, he is spending all that 900 rupees or $10 on cab. Are able to understand the concept? So that ensure expatriates neither gain nor lose financially, but yet they should have the same spending power. Minimize adjustments are required of expatriates. So it is illustrated here, this balance sheet approach. See, look here. This gray marked cell is allowances paid by company. Okay. And these are base country currency, US. So base country salary is $7,000. Okay. And equivalent salary and allowances in host country. I don't know which country. From America, let's say an American employer is sending its employees to some other country. It's called the host country. Okay, so equivalent salary and allowances in other country are $10,200. How they become? Let us see. Taxes in US are $2,000. Okay, and in the host country or other countries, $1,500. Okay, housing is $2,000. Okay, so the differential amount, actually it is housing is $3,000 in the host country, but $1,000 is reimbursed by the company or paid by the company in base country. The taxes in host country are $3,500. So 2,000 is anyway is there in the compensation system. Additional $1,500 are added to the expatriate pay package. Okay, then goods and services. Okay, so this employee used to get, let us say, $2,000, okay, for to purchase goods and services for living, and to buy the same and type and amount of goods and services, okay, he need to spend $2,700 in that foreign country or host country. So this base country pays $700 allowances for goods and services. Okay, so this way if we add up all this, the expatriate pay in host country becomes $10,200. See, neither he gains nor he loses, but his spending power remains the same in foreign country as it was in his base country. So it is balanced. That's why it is referred to as balance sheet approach. This is one of the ways in which employer manages the international pay of expatriates or its employees working in foreign countries. Okay, so that's the end of it. So any questions you have? Just 3 minutes are remaining. Okay, you can feel free to ask questions. Okay. Okay, so any other questions? Any new students joined who are not there in the previous class? It's a small list, you can view and tell me. Like Apeksha, Ashutosh, Gitanjali, Navya were there in the previous class. Nidhi was also there. Sharon was there, Sharayu, Shreya. Yeah, anyone who was not there in the previous class and newly joined? Okay, all were there in the previous class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I'll mark the same attendance. Okay, so then that's the end of chapter number 16 from unit 6. Okay, international pay systems. So now only one chapter remains. So I did not take any extra class, nor I upload the recorded classes. Okay, so next week I will get only 2 classes because my third class is on Friday, which is 25th. Okay, so which is on 25th, which is the government holiday. But Monday and Tuesday I will have my 2 classes, and 2 classes are enough for me to complete the last chapter, okay, in the syllabus, and also conclude the syllabus. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now
Yes,
yes, after this class both the videos I'll upload and also share the PPT in the Google Classroom. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you for your cooperation. Okay, for enabling me to
Sir.
complete the syllabus on time. Okay?
Sir.
thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so see you on Monday directly then, HR students.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
welcome. Bye. Have a
Okay,
pleasant evening.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a pleasant
Bye,
evening.
sir.
Yeah, bye bye.
Same to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Thank you.